I've had a question on the channel about the use of the ghost ball and how it is slightly inaccurate when the angle of the shot that you're playing is from this sort of position as opposed to this sort of position. So one of the things that happens here, I want to pot the yellow into that pocket. I aim full ball on the red, somebody moves it out of the way, and that gives me a good guide of where to hit the yellow to pot it. And when we talk about potting the yellow from this angle, the ghost ball theory is quite a good method. But I also said that when you come from this sort of angle, there is a tendency to, if you use the ghost ball method, to hit that yellow a little bit on the thick side. There is a very slight squeeze effect, and you tend to hit the ball a little bit thick and you miss around this area. The question asked is, how do I combat that? How do I solve that problem? Well, the truth is that what you have to do is two things, one of two things. A, I can hit the ball thinner. It's as simple as that. A plain ball shot, hitting the ball thinner. And that's one method that I can use to pot the ball. The next method is to use a little touch of left-hand side. Now if you think about that, again referring back to one of my other videos, when I put left-hand side on this cue ball, it tends to kick the yellow slightly to the right. So that allows me to hit the object ball a little bit thicker. So here we go, a little touch of left-hand side, kicking the yellow slightly to the right. Nearly overdone that. But the point I'm making is that I can't teach you that. You've got to get on the table and practice it. Some top players, professionals, some players would prefer to play that plain ball, that shot. Centre ball striking and just hit it thinner. Other top players, professionals again if you like, would prefer to play it with that little touch of left-hand side, kicking the object ball to the right. Now obviously it depends on what those good players want to do with this cue ball, what they want to do for positional purposes. All I am talking about is potting the ball. I'm not concerning myself where that is going. We're just potting the ball. I can play it plain ball, I need to hit it thinner. I can play it with the left-hand side, possibly it's a little thicker than I would plain ball, hoping to kick the ball to the right. Now I can't teach you that. I can only tell you what is happening. It's down to you now to get on the table and practice. Practice, 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 and then register what is happening. But the first thing you've got to be able to do is deliver that cue in a straight line, consistently. When I look at the viewing figures on the channel, at the various videos that I've done, I'm a little bit concerned that people are more concerned about how do I play with the side, where do I aim, etc., etc. And to my mind, you're not, only some of you are not paying enough attention to the basics. The basics, you know, they're very boring, I admit that. They're boring, but they are essential. This game is all of repetition, repetition, repetition. You've got to repeat the action time after time after time. All right? If you are delivering that cue even marginally differently time after time, it's no good learning the angles because you're not delivering the cue consistently in the same manner. Please don't ignore that cue action. Learn to deliver that cue. Pay attention to it. Be boring. Get that cue working in that straight line. And then you will start to learn the potting angles. If you are successful on one occasion, but not on another, then it possibly, not down to the fact that you've aimed differently, but I bet a large percentage of the time you delivered the cue differently. Keep working on that technique. The rest will come, I promise you. Good luck with that practice.